Hi, in this video we're going to talk about how to do a free criminal background check in the state of Tennessee. To get started, visit TennesseePublicRecords.org. I'll have a link in the description. You can click on that or just type it into your browser. Once you're on the home page here, you will notice you have an alphabetized list of public record databases. But in this video, I'm going to specifically focus on arrest and criminal information, and particularly on free databases you have available within the state of Tennessee. So let's get started. If you hover over other records, there's a page here called Inmate Search. You want to click on that. And so the way a criminal record begins is typically with an arrest. So like a local, maybe sheriff's department or police department will arrest somebody, and they will charge them with a crime, and they will be taken to like a local jail, booked, fingerprinted, officially identified. Sometimes they will post bail, sometimes they will be released, and then there are times where they will actually stay in jail until they see a judge. But eventually somebody, in every single situation during an arrest, somebody will have to go see a judge. So that initial arrest report is the beginning, pretty much, stages of a criminal record, and you can research this information at the county level. So some counties make it very simple for you to research this information. As an example here, this was Shelby County. Here you get a mugshot, some identifying information, and then of course you have your charges. And that's free to use. These are free databases, and they are criminal. Pretty much, the people haven't necessarily been officially pronounced guilty or not guilty, but this is the beginnings of a criminal record. So, anyways, every county has their own database. It's researched differently. The amount of information they release is going to work differently, and how long they keep the listings within the database will also fluctuate. So keep that in mind. They don't always necessarily keep the records there for a long time, unlike court records. But this is the beginning stages here. And so what happens next is they will have to go see a judge. And if you click on court records, you can see how the court system works in Tennessee. You have anything from the Supreme Court all the way down to probate court. And each of these courts has its own, they deal with their own types of cases. So if we are looking for criminal related information, for instance, circuit court will deal with felonies and like lesser level crimes. So that's a good one. You have also a criminal court, looks like a general sessions court. So you have, and then of course the municipal court as well. You could potentially check that. So there is, for circuit courts, you have a link here, and you can research by county. So not necessarily every single county is going to be in here. So one other thing I want to mention is, if you go to the background check page, we have also resources at the county level, and some counties will specifically have their own database. For instance, Shelby, Davidson here, and we can take a look at these as well. And you can see there's a special criminal court. And so as you can see, you have your criminal court, and then you have your circuit courts. So these are different courts, and they'll be dealing with different types of records. But in general, the felonies are going to be at the circuit court, and then the criminal court. So you have a couple of different databases you might have to jump through. So I can just go ahead and try one of these just to show you how it works. Select the county. You have civil and criminal. Let's do criminal. And then I'm just going to try last name here. And as you can see, you have quite a few cases here, multiple pages. You might want to fill out the whole thing, so you don't have to go through all of these different cases. So we have, we could just try this one. There's a closed case from 2007. Did want to note that some of these cases go back pretty far. So when you're doing like a traditional background check, they typically go like 7 years, maybe sometimes 10 years back. As you can see, these court records, you can go back into 90s. I've seen them go back as far as the 80s too. So these are pretty old records. So it's a pretty complete database here. And again, I'm not paying any money. I didn't put in a credit card information anywhere. I didn't even have to sign up for an account. You just have to know where to look. So as you can see, you're getting basic details here. The case is closed. We can also see if we can find an open case. You have some information here. You have the charges, and then of course the fees. So as you can see, very easy to research, and it's free. And let's check out a criminal court. Now, not every single county is going to make this easy. Like for instance, Shelby County, as an example, they do let you research criminal cases, but you need an actual case number. And if I click on the name search, it takes me to the civil division, which would be civil records. And so in some cases, in certain counties, you have to go and they have these public record search terminals, and you can literally show up at like a courthouse and research this information there. Now, this isn't going to apply to every single county. It's just certain counties. Majority of the counties here are actually going to make it pretty simple for you to do this research. And I can even show you an example here. Let's do the same thing again here. Maybe do John Smith. Let's see here. Okay, and so what it has is individual people here. And so if you got a date of birth, it would be helpful for you to identify the individual. So if I click on the defendant details, it will take me to their specific page. And then you can actually view a detailed criminal history here throughout this particular court in this particular county. So as you can see, this individual had one appearance, and in the case that they have more than one appearance, you'll notice a few. And I wish I could just find somebody here that has multiple situations. Okay, right here, this person has looks like a few cases here that you can look at. So they had a warrant, they had a court, and you can click on a particular case if you just want to research the case. You can also just click on the history here, and as you can see, this was the first case here, second one, third one, fourth one. So this is a habitual rule breaker. So anyways, so this is one way of researching at the county level as well. So just keep in mind you have. I'm going to go back to the court page again. Keep in mind, if you are looking for for criminal records, you have your circuit courts, and then you want to look at your criminal courts. Okay, so these are the two databases, and some of these you have to access like at the county level. And then some of these, you actually just click on this link, and there's just a large list of counties, and you just select whatever county you want, criminal, and then in some cases they will have you create an account, and in some cases you just, like this one here, you just start researching. So just keep that in mind. You have different courts doing different jobs, and they have their own databases. And so sometimes you can sometimes you have to come down and find these databases at the county level, or use for the circuit courts, use that large page, this alphabetized list of circuit courts. So just wanted to go over that, make sure you understand that there are multiple databases, so you don't miss anything. What happens next after court is There's going to be a guilty or no guilty verdict. If the person is guilty, sometimes they'll pay a fine. Sometimes they'll have to do jail time or prison time. If it's over 12 months, if the sentence is over 12 months, it's going to be prison time. Under 12 months, they're going to keep them at the county level. Probably if it's just a few months or a few weeks, they'll just serve out their time there. And so again, you can use the local sheriff's departments to research that information. If it is for a more serious type of a crime, they're going to be in the Tennessee Department of Corrections database here. And all you need here is, again, a name, and hopefully I get this from the first try here. And it's going kind of slow. Probably I should have narrowed it down with a first name. I think it's going to pull up quite a few records here. So it's going, and again, like I mentioned, if it's under 12 months, you can also check the local county records for that information. And as you can see, we have looks like 150 results showed up here. I can so the inactives are going to be people that are probably have left already, and then the incarcerated are still there. Pending, I'm not exactly sure what that means. Maybe they're up and maybe they're being transferred or something. So you can click on the inmate. You got a mugshot. You got some personal information, current status, active sentences. So looks like you can actually see a history of this individual here showing up a couple of times. Looks like there's one from 2014, and then right the following year, 2015, something happened again. So if they have a history of going through the system, you'll actually see like a timeline of these sentences here. So it's completely free, very detailed information. And one more thing to check would be, when it comes to criminal background checking, is going to be the sex offender registry. And this is a statewide search. You can search by name, or you could try like a residential search, like by zip code, if you maybe want to check around your house or particular location. So that's it. Again, I can go over it. It's we start with the arrest records. We go to court records. Then we can check prison inmate information. We can check the sexual offender registry. All of those databases I showed you could research for free. Very detailed pages, easy to use, and they're all at your fingertips in the state of Tennessee. So one more thing to consider would be the name search on top here, and this gathers information, public records, court records, real estate information, criminal records, arrest information, financial records like bankruptcies, maybe financial lawsuits, private records like cell phone information, previous addresses, things like that. Now, it doesn't just pull records from Tennessee, it pulls records from multiple states, so giving you like a nationwide look into someone's past. For example, why would that be important? Well, let's say they have a criminal record in Massachusetts or maybe in Missouri, and now they ended up moving to Tennessee. If you're just searching at the county level or the state level, you're not necessarily going to see what happened in those states. So it's a great tool to kind of give you a little bit more information regarding an individual, and definitely way more databases. And it looks outside Tennessee too, so you want to make sure you have your bases covered. So check out the tool. It's instantaneous. You'll know pretty quickly if it's something that is going to be useful for you. So with that said, visit TennesseePublicRecords.org and come on down and get started on your free criminal background check in the state of Tennessee. Thank you.